Hi. So today I'm going to be reviewing this book, which is Touch of Power by Snyder, and it's the first book in her new series. So some of you might know her other series, which include the Yelena Zoltana trilogy, or the Study series, the Glass series, or the Inside series. So she's a really fantastic high fantasy / epic fantasy author, and I really enjoy reading her book, so I was really excited to read it, and it didn't disappoint, of course. But the main protagonist in this book is a girl called Avery, and in this world that Snyder has created, healers, which is what Avery is, were blamed for a massive plague, which she says smiling, sorry, a massive plague, which occurred and killed off millions of people. And they were also blamed because they didn't heal anybody who got the plague, and as healers that is what they're meant to do. But Avery has been on the run for years, and she gets caught because she's trying to heal a little girl, because she's a nice person like that, and she gets thrown in jail, and she's accepted that she's going to die. She thought it was kind of an eventuality, but then Carrick shows up, who's this guy, and he announces to her basically that if she agrees to save this prince who he sees as vital to the importance, or vital to the future of the world, then he will save her. So she agrees because she's sane, but she doesn't really have much intent on saving this prince. But she goes on the run with him, and she meets his merry band of men, which include Lauren, Queen and Flea, and Bellen, of course, who is a really good character. Might talk more about him in a few seconds. But she has to deal with a lot of different elements throughout the book. There's a lot of really great subplots besides them going to see this prince, or on the quest to see if she will heal this prince. There's people after her left, right and centre, or left, right and centre, whatever way you see from this angle of the camera, or this screen of the camera. There are people after her for money, because there's a bounty on her head, the people seeking to use her for her powers, and of course there's the big bad villain who also wants to use her for her powers, but also has a connection to Carrick's past. So there's these subplots we really effortlessly into the main plot, and it's a really big adventure story, which I love. There's a lot of sword fighting things, and it's really entertaining read. Really gets your adrenaline going. And as for the characters, which are really important, they are fantastic. I think Snyder has a really good quality to her writing, in that her characters are always so well developed and have such good backstories to them. If anybody has read the Yelena Zoltana series, you'll know that Yelena just has so much in her past, and it all makes her the person she is, and it's really well done. And it's the same with Avery, really. She has to deal with issues to do with her family in the book, and her past as a healer, so it works really well, and she's a really strong character. She doesn't give in easily to Carrick's need for her to save this prince, and even though he treats her quite badly at the start of the book, she still doesn't give in. She's really top-notch character, and she's got a bit of humour in her as well. She's she's not afraid to have the banter with the lads. So she's just entertaining to read about. And as for Carrick, who I won't say if he's a romantic interest or not, because you genuinely don't know throughout the book for a while, but he's really one of the not nicest, but he's one of the most interesting male leads I've read in fantasy in a while. He's a little bit mean, which isn't a good quality to have, but it's only at the start of the book, and he gets better. He's very passionate and very loyal. You really will like him. He's really important to the whole plot as well. He's not just there because he's a pretty face, which I really liked. And another great thing about Snyder's books is that she doesn't really just focus on two characters. There's always or two or three characters, which kind of drive the plot. There's always like little characters in the background that are are they there for entertainment value or just because they bring a little something extra? And the whole relationship that Avery has with Carrick's men is really entertaining and really lovely to read about, especially her relationship with Bella, who kind of becomes like her big brother, her bestie. And also Lauren and Quain are in it, and if anybody has read the Elaine Zoltana trilogy, highly recommend that. Then you'll see that Lauren and Quain are quite like Ari and Janko in that they're quite, bantery and fun, which is good, because sometimes I think fantasy writers get a bit too bogged down on describing their worlds, and while Marie Snyder does do this quite a bit, because obviously it's very important, everything kind of flows a lot more naturally. I think you don't feel like you're being explained things, you feel like you're just learning them as you go on. So that was nice. It made a bit of an easier read, especially when you're studying for college exams. But I would definitely recommend this. It's so original. That's one of the things that I really like about Marie Snyder. She doesn't seem to follow the crowd. She writes what she seems to like, which is good. And there's so much personality in her books. I think she's just in a really good voice in her writing, and that's really vital to a good writer. So I enjoy reading her books immensely. But I would give it probably 4 out of 5, because while it's a really good book and I love it. It's one of my favourites and one of my mum's favourites as well. 5 stars is hard to give, but I would definitely just read it. And if you're getting annoyed with kind of a lot of the young adult series out there, and because I think this is classified as adult, I would still read it, because it is definitely got a lot of young adult elements in it. Like I would put it in the adult section if I was in a bookshop. I think it's only because Avery's a little older, I think she's 20, that it's not in the young adult section, but it could be. So if you like young adult, read it as well. But it's really good. Read it.